Welcome to Freezer Milk Podcast. I'm your host, Bridget, along with my husband, Chris. Podcast where we talk about the comedic side and serious side of parenting, life, and relationships. We are boy parents. We have two boys, Enzo and Rhett, with about a 6-year age gap between the two. You can check out our website, freezermilk.com. Also, feel free to follow us on Instagram at Freezer Milk Podcast. Thanks and hope you enjoy. Welcome back.
What's going on? Another week. We did it.
Yay!
It's an Enzo free week.
We got this.
Isn't it kind of sad when we get to Sunday, me and you were on a week that we have Enzo, we are so burnt out, so fried, and we get to Sunday, and the first thing we say is we made it.
It's just because, since he's been 2 years old, it's been 50-50, so we don't really know any different with him.
Yeah.
And if you have a 7-year-old, you're fully aware of the 7-year-old sass.
Yeah, he's got a lot of attitude now.
Yeah. But we do have some exciting things planned for him so that we don't lose complete sanity over summer break.
Yeah, I kind of feel like teachers the school districts have they've put in a summer break or these different breaks just to let us parents know exactly how they feel.
It's challenging. It's tough. I would never my hat's off to teachers. A, they don't get paid enough. Obviously, in light of everything that's been happening in the past week, they don't get paid enough.
Yeah.
But B,
I struggle with one of them. Can you imagine having a class full of 26 of them?
Oh my gosh. It's like herding cats at 7 years old.
You really have to really like children. As
they get older, become elementary school teacher is a whole different beast than high school teacher.
Yeah.
High school teacher, you still have to deal with your own set of problems, but you're not herding cats as much as first grade, second grade.
Yeah, and these 7-year-olds think they know everything.
Oh God.
They think they've got life all figured out. I don't know how many times I have to tell Enzo I'm 35 years old and I don't have life figured out.
My favorite is when he'll try to tell me something and he'll be like, "That's how it is, right, Mom?" And I'm like, "No, actually it's not." And he'll be like, "But for almost everyone it is that way." And I'm like, "No, it's not." He'll try to convince me that his view is the way life is on stuff, and I'm he'll be like, "Basically everybody has a pool in Arizona."
That's not true at all.
I'm like, "No, not at all, bud." He's like, but almost everybody does. I'm like, "No, that's not accurate."
I'd say a lot of people have pools.
but he cracks me up because he does this to me all the time.
Yeah.
And so I look at him and be like, "You're not right. You're wrong. Just accept it."
Well, yeah. Oh, he was trying. What was the other one about the rhinos the other day? He was trying to tell me that there were. He was trying to tell me that there was a certain color rhino, and I was like, "Well, rhinos are going extinct. There's not very many of them left at all." He was saying there's a gray rhino or something like that, and I said, "It's not even a breed. They're white rhinos and black rhinos.
They might look like they're gray color."
Yeah, they might. And he's like, "No, all the rhinos that are we watch that are see on TV are gray." And I'm like, that doesn't mean that's their name. That's not their breed. But it's just interesting because he is extremely smart. He did extremely well on his report card.
Oh my
all
gosh.
A's and O's. Very intelligent. He's in excelled classes. Very smart kid. One day he's going to be smarter than me, and he's just not there yet, And I'm hoping when it comes to common sense, he's horrible. He just doesn't have common sense.
Hopefully he will. Most kids his age I don't think do.
Yeah, I guess that's true. But
he understood. So we were at a pool party this past weekend, and he had more common sense than I would say half of the kids there. Just understanding of hey, I know not to try to push another kid down who doesn't have a flotation device underwater, or let me not take a flotation device from a kid that's obviously using it and dependent on it. Some of these kids were just wild,
and they all knew how to swim, huh?
No. I think made me realize we're building a pool currently, and I don't know if I would ever host a pool party. But B, if I did, man, I would A, make sure like our homeowner's insurance or umbrella insurance or something covered us from a liability standpoint. And also I would hire like a lifeguard or two.
Yeah, I feel like first grade, like 7-year-olds, 8-year-olds is too young to be having a pool party.
They're just not, most of them are not proficient swimmers. And it was probably like 25 kids. Like, it's a lot of kids.
To be in a pool.
How
many adults were in the pool?
Maybe 2, if that.
At least there was 2. You know.
I don't even, I can't even say necessarily there was 2 the entire time.
I mean, realistically, they shouldn't have had that many people in the pool to begin with, but...
I was watching Enzo like a hawk. Sure. And I was like, I don't give a shit about the rest of y'all kids. Like, you're not my responsibility. Obviously, if you're drowning, I might make an attempt to save you, but my number one sole focus and intention is my child, who is somewhat water capable. Not water safe, water capable at this point.
Did he just hang on to the edge the whole time?
No, he's trying to fucking dive for like coins and dive rings, and I'm like...
Well, I mean, that is what they taught him in a swim class. So.
But I'm like, you make me nervous when you swim out to go try to get one, because when you pop back up, you have nothing to grab onto, then like catch your breath.
Yeah, because he's used to catching on to his instructor.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, towards the end there, he was doing a lot of free swimming. He wasn't swimming with an instructor. The instructor would let him go, and he would just go swim. So, I mean, he does swim. Yeah,
that was the only reason why I was comfortable. Like, I wasn't in the water. I had my bathing suit on, and I had like shorts and a tank top on, ready to jump in if I needed to. But I just followed him around the pool, and I stayed probably at all times within like 6 feet of him.
Yeah.
I was helicoptering hard, probably the most helicoptering of the parents there, but I was like, my kid's not drowning on my watch. Not today.
Yeah. Well, you should discuss a little bit about what Enzo's plans are for this summer, some of the things that he requested after he got out of school, what things he wanted to do.
One of them he's been talking about since like January, because I like planted the seed of an idea back in like January, and he's been talking about it ever since. He really wants to, so if you ask Enzo right now, he wants to be a video game developer when he grows up, like create video games. Aside from like computer class at school, he doesn't really use computers at all.
No.
But he loves video games. So he's been talking for months about wanting to like take a coding class or go to coding camp. I'm like, I don't even know how you understand what the word coding means. But I asked him. Now it's like computer coding. He's all, yeah. I'm like, okay. So I found him a like intro to coding for like 7 to 12-year-olds that he's going to do for 1 week. So I think that'll be really cool. And then another one that he'll do is going to be like combat robots.
I think he'll really enjoy the combat robots.
I think he will too. They have one that I'm not even going to tell him about because it's on a week that he's not at our house, but they have like a Pokemon Mania week. And I was like, man.
He would have loved that.
Oh my gosh, he would have loved it so much. Like, the whole week is dedicated to Pokemon. Everything Pokemon. But it's not our week, so I sent it to his dad. It was just like, hey, I know this is too far for you to drive because it's on the opposite side of town of you, but maybe see if there's something like this near you. But it's the first time we're doing, like, camps with him.
Yeah.
Like, he's gone to daycare and stuff like that, but we've never done,
well, it's like what else can we do? We both, both of us work from home, so it's like he sits here all day, like, while we're working. And the baby has the nanny, and I feel bad because our nanny, we pay her to spend time with Rhett, not Enzo, too. So now it's almost like she's watching. Enzo's pretty self-sufficient, but he likes to be involved.
Yeah.
And she doesn't seem to mind, but at the same time, it's like I feel like from a payment standpoint, we don't pay her to watch him too.
And that's why I think, like, especially because we're doing the week on, week off schedule now, I think doing these camps will be really, they're only half day. They're not full day camps, so like 9 to 12 or 1 to 4 or some crap like that. But I think they'll be really cool to like get him out of the house for a couple hours a day and like go be with other kids and like learn something that's not something he would necessarily learn in school. And he might get done with them and be like, I hate both of those. Awesome. You tried it. Good to go. Moving on.
Yep. Well, it's just that he's forced to learn so much in school that's not what he's passionate about. Let's see if he, let's at least give him something over the summer since he did so well.
Yep.
and see how it works. See how he does.
I feel like these camps, like, on one hand, they're not that expensive, but on the other hand, you're like, holy moly, this is really expensive.
Yeah.
Like, most of them average for a half day around $200, give or take, $20, $30 here and there. It's crazy.
Yeah, but for a week, it's well worth it.
Mm-hmm. That's where I'm like, when I look at it, I feel like it's over 5 days, it's really not that bad. When I look at it, like, you're only going for half a day. Yeah. But I really hope that he enjoys it and that he will just love it and want to do more of them next year. That would be really cool. It should be interesting. It's been a rough holiday weekend for us.
Yeah, it has.
My anti-nausea meds ran out and they couldn't refill them until today.
So it's been a rough couple days.
Got to see like the full force of the hyperemesis.
I think it's a girl.
Maybe. We might find out this week.
Yeah.
That could be exciting. Not sure though. Rhett's been really cute the last couple. Oh, he tried peanut butter and jelly today.
Loved it.
Loved it.
I've been struggling the past couple weeks with him because every meal, I typically make him something, and he is definitely his father's son when it comes to food, and I think a lot of it's just being a baby. He is very picky. For a while there was chicken nuggets that he would eat, and that's the only thing he would eat, and he loved them. Then I bought a different brand of chicken nuggets, and he refuses to eat them. I'm like, it's a texture thing, it's the breading, whatever the case may be. So now he won't eat this big bag of chicken nuggets I bought. He just won't eat them. And I'm like, all right. So we're trying to be creative. I've cooked so many different types of things for him to try and get him to eat, and he will not eat them.
Even pasta, like he normally loves pasta, he would only have a couple bites of it.
So, his big things are bananas and avocados. He really loves bananas in the morning, so I give him bananas in the morning, and I give him avocado. And he'll just eat plain avocado. So I was talking
eat almost a whole one, which is crazy.
Yeah, I was talking with his nanny today, and we were going through ideas, and I said, I cooked him 3 different meals over the last 2 days, and I couldn't get him to eat any of it. I said, I'm kind of at my wit's end with it. I got really frustrated yesterday with him, and I was just mad because he'll take the food and he throws it on the floor, and then I got to pick it up, and he doesn't eat it. So I just got frustrated. So I was talking with his nanny, and she's like, I'm going to try peanut butter and jelly. I'm like, all right, yeah, definitely try that. And I went back into my office, and she sent us it's really cute because she sends us
like photo collages
of him, even though we're like in the rooms next to him. And so she sent me and Bridget both photo collages of him loving eating peanut butter and jellies. So I'm like, hey, it's all sugar, but here you go.
Something. You ate something.
I'm so proud of you.
He's funny. Like, he goes through phases on what he likes for food. Like, remember he loved the chicken nuggets, obviously, but he also really liked hot dogs, and now he's like, nope.
Yeah, I made hot dogs and
broccoli. He used to love broccoli.
Yeah, I made hot dogs and broccoli for him yesterday. Wouldn't eat any of it. It's just frustrating. I'm like, man, I feel like I cooked so many different meals because Enzo's picky. So I have to cook you a special meal because you're sick and you can't eat what we eat. Then I have to cook me a meal, and then I have to cook Rhett something, and then I have to cook Enzo something. I'm like, I cooked 4 different meals.
What does call you a personal chef?
No, I'm not a personal chef. I hate it. It's awful. So anyway, that's been my life for the last probably 4 weeks.
Yeah, Rhett's been really picky recently on food. I don't know why.
And you've just been with this being sick and.
Oh man, this weekend, I tried the bone broth, just some kind of protein, just drank it out of a coffee mug. Nope, didn't stay down.
Yeah. Just
nothing. Yeah, we'll get through it. The only way through is, out is through.
Yeah.
However the saying goes. It's been an interesting week so far.
Yeah, it's only Tuesday.
Rhett's randomly taking long naps all of a sudden in the morning.
Mm-hmm. Couple hours.
Yeah. our 20-minute napper, who then became a 40-minute napper, is now like a minimum hour and a half napper in the mornings.
And he does pretty good on his second nap, too.
Yeah, he fought it really hard today. But he also didn't see me a good portion of the day today.
It's amazing how things change. Everything just changes. You know, one week we'll be struggling with him on this, and then next week he's perfectly fine, and then the next week it's something completely different. And then, like, you know, and Enzo, you know what we struggle with him on? Him being so negative. I'm like, holy cow! Like, I was naturally born negative. I think, you know, my dad was an extremely negative person. My whole family was very negative. Maybe I rub off on him. I don't know, but I'm a negative person, and I think he is extremely negative. I'm like, holy cow.
Yeah. I had to correct him because at the pool party, like, kids are splashing, and he, like, yelled out, "This is a nightmare."
I'm like, why do you say that?
I was like, Enzo. He's like, well, a nightmare is a bad thing. So, like, I say it when I'm saying this is a bad thing. I'm like, not really the appropriate terminology to, like, throw out in a random sentence.
Yeah.
It's very extreme. Passion. You have a lot of passion.
Right.
This is a nightmare. No, it's not. It's annoying. It's frustrating. You don't like it. But it's not a nightmare that kids are splashing. It's interesting. He's funny. What else? We got to kind of, I don't want to call it like a date, but I felt like we were on like a mini date. We went to the nursery this week, to like the plant nursery.
Yeah, to pick out plants for our yard.
Yeah. You know, like, we got to have a moment and like take a picture together and like have a quick kiss. Felt like it was a date.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, we were trying to, who was it that we were trying to follow? That we were trying to do the, you got a date every month, and then go on a trip every 6 months, or a staycation every 6 months, or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that didn't pan out. It's hard. It's hard to even get it together. And now, especially with everything being so expensive. It's just...
It's so expensive. And, like, could you imagine if we'd gone away this weekend or something? Like, I'm a mess.
Yeah, you're not leaving the house.
No. Like, there's just not... It's just not the season for it right now. We did discover that we want to try the painting with a twist place for, like, one of our date nights, where we, like, go and do, like, a paint by numbers instruction class, basically.
That'd be fun, I think.
Uh-huh.
It's kind of like one of those, what was that pottery place you could go to? You know what I'm talking about, where you can make pots?
Make-A-Wish?
I don't know. Maybe
something like that?
Yeah.
As You Wish?
As You Wish or something.
Something like that.
And you make pots.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool to do. It's fun. You made a painting with your work.
Yeah.
It looked like a vulva.
OMG. Not like the Volvo.
No, the vulva.
But a vulva. You know, it's fine.
It actually turned out really good, and I have it in my office now. I thought it turned out pretty good. I was like,
Thank you.
I'm going to keep this.
It was interesting.
It's like when your first grader draws a picture, and your first picture, and you're like, it's so sentimental, you just got to hold on to it.
Oh, thanks. It was interesting because, like, through the painting class, my team did it for, like, our quarterly, like, team building event. We all did it via Zoom, too, which was really interesting. But we got, like, I would say, like, 2/3 of the way through the photo, and everyone was feeling fairly decent about theirs. And then she's like, okay, now add the sunbeam rays. And as soon as everybody added them, we were all, like, in a side chat, like, we've made a terrible mistake. This now looks like it went from, like, halfway decent to, like, finger paint with a 3-year-old. Like, what did I do? I made a terrible mistake. I never should have done this. So I went back through and I kind of, like, covered all mine up. I, like, repainted really quickly, like, all the sections that had it. I was like, it looks terrible. I can't stand it. It's interesting. Oh, what's the new fruit that Rhett likes to eat and hide?
Oh God! So this wasn't an issue with Enzo, because Enzo was allergic, but now Rhett is not, and he likes to eat apples. And we'll give him I used to, like, give him a piece of apple, but now Bridget's been giving him a full apple, and he'll sit there and run around the house just chomping away at this freaking apple.
And I saw, like, a long time ago that giving a baby a full apple, as long as they have, like, some teeth, is pretty good and easy to do because they can't bite off a huge section.
Yeah.
They can only bite like a super tiny small amount of it at a time. But it also teaches them like hand coordination and hand-mouth coordination. It's so funny to watch him though.
Yeah, it's great. He runs around and takes the apple core. He doesn't throw it away. He doesn't give it to us. He shoves it in my couch for it to sit there and rot for 2 days.
He also does his apple happy dance though.
Yeah, he does have an apple happy dance. He's so excited. He sits there and waddles back and forth with his apple in his hand.
He's like just beaming ear to ear, all excited
about his apple.
How cool is it to see that in the last like couple of weeks, he has gotten so excited about playing with Enzo?
Oh yeah, he loves that. I think it's just because he's so used to dad all the time, like me, and then nanny and mom, and he's like Enzo's gone 50% of the time. So when Enzo comes back, he's like, "Holy cow, there's a new person in my life," you know.
But it's very new. Like he only started that, I'd say, in the last month, maybe.
Yeah.
Where he's like, Enzo can play with me. This is amazing.
Enzo gets so annoyed by him. It's already starting.
Yep.
I was talking to Enzo the other day, and he was like, "Man, he's like, Rhett is so annoying because he comes in, and he's loud, and he's trying to grab his toys, and it's funny
He always wants whatever Enzo has.
all the time." Oh,
I tell him you're just the cool big brother, obviously.
obviously.
We had some good conversations this week, too. Speaking of cool big brothers and, you know, having conversations with kids, like, I feel like you and I have done a really good job this week on our communication.
Yeah.
I had a little bit of a breakdown yesterday. I was, like, crying because I was just upset with being sick.
Yeah, well, you haven't been eating.
Yeah.
So, and, I mean, I don't know how many times have I told you, I said the one really surefire way to keep a woman happy is keep them fed, so, and if you're not eating, you're not happy.
I was just struggling because I, like, for a while now, it's been, you know, like, you don't feel great, so you have to, like, pick up extra around the house and everything with the kids and all that. But I still can help, like, a little bit here and there and get some stuff done. Yesterday was, like, fucking nothing. I couldn't do damn thing. And so I just felt like I was failing as a partner, and that's what I said. I was like, I feel like I'm failing as a mom and as a partner. Because, like, Rhett wants to play with me and, like, wrestle and hang out, and, like, I just want to vomit, so can't really do that. And then I was like, I feel like I'm failing as a partner because now I'm, like, one more thing for you to have to take care of today versus being able to help you.
Yeah. Well, what'd you say? It was a season, yeah?
Yeah.
It's 9 months. No, hopefully not, but hopefully it's only another 11 weeks. When we get out of this phase. But I remember this from Rhett, too. I mean, you got really, really sick with Rhett.
Yeah.
And I don't think it was this bad at all.
Yeah.
It was pretty bad. And the medications that you were taking during the time that you were pregnant with Rhett, they seemed to work, and they curbed this. But you're on, like, 5 different medications now, and they're not. Even the midwives are like, hey, we're going to come to the house and put you on a bag and make sure you're getting fluids.
It's interesting. So I learned that one of the medications they have me on is Zofran. And sometimes, like, especially in pregnancy, like, people that normally react well to Zofran, their body just won't react to it at all. And I feel like I'm in that boat right now. Like, Zofran doesn't do jack shit for me. They tried a Zofran IV bag, didn't do anything. I have, like, the daily pill. Nope, doesn't do it at all. Doesn't even touch it.
Yeah, it's really hard because it's been hard to watch because, I mean, there's a couple days you've been kind of bedridden.
Yeah.
And you've literally worked part of a day and then gone in and taken your laptop, and like today,
yeah,
you took your laptop in the room and just laid in bed.
I was today years old when I learned you can vomit with enough force that you pee your pants.
Yeah.
That was a new one for me.
Who knew?
I, like, threw up so hard, I was like, what just happened? So I called the midwives immediately, like, is this normal? Should I be concerned? Do I need to do, like, pelvic floor exercises? What's going on? They're like, no, like, unfortunately, if you throw up hard enough, it can happen.
Yeah.
They're like, some people even poop themselves. I was like, yeah, no, we're not doing that. No.
See, it could always be worse.
Nope. Don't want that in my life. It's crazy. Hopefully our landscape stuff we picked out arrives this week.
Yeah, we'll see. It'll be nice when the backyard's done. We'll actually have something else to do.
It'd be nice just to be able to like go out there, like
not look at dirt.
Yeah. Oh man, did you see the big like 2-second like dust blowover that happened today?
No.
It was like a dirt devil or whatever they're called, like a little mini dirt tornado.
Yeah.
Like ripped through like 4 of our backyards, and they've had some papers in our pool. They're gone. They're gone. I don't know where they went. It was just everything was like and like blew everywhere, and stuff that was like in the pool came out of the pool, and I was like, oh.
Yeah.
I could see it from our bedroom window, and I was like, oh wow. It'll be nice when this is not dirt anymore.
And the water in the pool's full.
Yep. Well, gonna keep it kind of short today.
Yeah, because you got a date with the toilet.
I do. My little porcelain throne.
Yeah, it can always be worse, guys. Just look to Bridget if you're having a bad day.
Oh, thanks. Hey, I'm not vomiting and pooping, so we're good.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, we appreciate it.
Thank you so much for listening, and we'll talk to you next week.
Thanks, everybody, for listening. You can check us out at
freezermilk.com
or Instagram.
Freezer Milk Podcast.
Until next week, guys. Thanks.
Don't forget, parenting is a trip. We are all here on the journey with you together. Thanks so much for listening.